Welcome back to Williamsville South, and boy, did we just have a thriller. Salamanca Warriors 21-13 on a touchdown with 10 seconds to go. They get the win. Peyton Bradley, the sophomore tight end, is the hero. He catches the touchdown pass. He was wide open in the end zone for that one, and Salamanca goes on to win this one 21-13 and advance to next week's state semifinals. Tim, I'll start with you. Man, that was the game we've been waiting for all weekend.
So much to talk about. Really, there's so much we can say. But we talked about there in halftime who's going to step up and make a play, right? Who's going to make a play? And Salamanca had several people to make a play, okay? In the fourth quarter alone, number 13, Kyle, good luck, Lessardone? You know who you are, number 13. Huge interception in the end zone. Huge interception. And then a couple plays later, number 2, Lucas Brown, huge catch on a jump ball on
Beautiful
a 40 yards
catch, right?
pass. Exactly. So the drive kept going. It was back and forth, back and forth. Then they got a break. They caught a break. It was fourth and less than a yard. LeRoy had the ball right before the scoring drive, and they were going to go for it, and they jumped off sides. So it was they got a break. They had a punt. And then the decision by Coach Bartozak to go with his junior quarterback, who statistically didn't have as good of a year as Jackson Ross, but that's who he wanted the ball. He wanted the ball in his hands, and man, did it pay off.
It paid off in a big way, right, for Salamanca coming in, knowing that they're facing the undefeated team.
Oh, I was going to ask Tim to grab my phone so I could look at the score from the other game. Paul,
We're playing charades while you're talking.
There we go. It's okay. But, to come in with that confidence that they had to come in and played a whale of a game. Both teams, high scoring. Defense was the name of the day. The name of the game for today. A big interception.
Yep.
And then, as you pointed out, Tim, that jump ball, that was either boy. Both of them had their hands on that ball.
And they weren't scoring plays, but they just continue the drives going and ball, possession where you got the ball. But I mean, how about your junior quarterback to your sophomore tight end to win the game on a incredible play call? I mean, he was wide open on third down with 10 seconds left. They did have a timeout. So I was kind of yelling to really nobody, just myself out there. That
I think I heard you, actually.
Right?
So
I'm
a somebody.
Yeah, I was surprised LeRoy wasn't using their timeouts. I didn't understand that.
They banked 2 at the end.
Yeah, you can't bring them home with you, and you need to get the ball back. And actually, they didn't use any timeouts. It was Salamanca that used a couple. So there was 30 or 40 seconds left. Salamanca had the ball, give or take the 20-yard line, give or take. And you got to use your timeouts to have a chance to get the ball back. They would have had the ball back with at least 30 seconds left is what I'm guessing. 35 seconds. Is it a ton of time? No, but it's more than 6. It's more than 6 what they had. But, hats off to these teams. It was just this is a tough game to lose. I mean, they didn't no team deserves to lose this game because it wasn't mistake, a little mistake at the end, obviously the jump off sides. I think they were going for it. Maybe they were going to use a timeout and then punt, but it was less than a yard, and I think he was going to go for it. But
I think it was line up, hard count,
and then timeout and punt,
and see what happens.
Yeah, it could be.
Because of where the ball was, but.
Yeah,
it wasn't executed properly, so that LeRoy wasn't able to get that first down when they absolutely needed it,
and took advantage of the breaks. That was a break that Salamanca got, and they took advantage of it. And boy, I mean, I said 21-20, so I was close. 21-13.
That was great.
But extra points did come into play. 2 missed extra points in there.
2 blocks on 2 consecutive touchdowns, right?
They ended up going for 2 at the end. But I mean, just a heck of a football game. And Salamanca, they're riding high right now.
They're riding high.
Back-to-back wins against undefeated teams.
And I really like the line play, their defensive line play, holding off LeRoy from the scoreboard.
Yeah.
They gave up a couple long drives, but only one touchdown
Yeah.
off of that one early one. So,
Yeah, two
you know,
touchdowns, one
what
each
can you
half.
say?
I mean,
Great job.
yeah, hats
Just a
off
great job.
Salamanca. Really well coached. I mean, very disciplined football team. You know, able to change the cadence, which it's sometimes you just can't do that. Little things like that. They're big and they tackle well. They do the basics very well, and they have a very good balance of throwing the football, running the football. They throw in 2 quarterbacks. I'm not gonna lie. I was surprised it was Isaac at the end. I just would have thought, and I don't have a reason for that. I really don't. I just would have thought you would go to your senior, and statistically he's had a better year, especially on the turnover wise. But he saw something with, I think it was Isaac's legs that I think the coach Bartozak liked, and he was making plays. He was extending plays all day long with his legs, and I think that's what he liked. And what a play call at the end.
So we heard that the Salamanca fans came up here with 3 busloads. How many are they going east to Syracuse with
Minimum
next week?
3, right? Minimum
5.
3. Exactly.
I think Salamanca is one of those little towns, like LeRoy is, that is just going to have a big party tonight.
I'll say they'll have a parade if they win this thing,
and
right?
they're just going to be celebrating their young
and deservingly
their young
so.
boys.
Deservingly so. This was a dream game for them, and the best thing about it, it's not over. We keep playing.
Season
we're not
continues.
We're not done. That's the beauty of this, and it's what we love about sports. The euphoria of the winning and the heartbreak of this losing. This is going to be a really, really hard bus ride home for LeRoy because they didn't play a game that normally you would lose. They played a pretty good football game, and I bet you they win 90% of the games they played all season. They just ran into Salamanca, who is really hot right now.
Tim, you mentioned a little bit earlier about discipline. Remember, one of the probably big plays of the game, 4th and 1, Adirondack had it deep in their own end, and they were going for it.
That's what I mentioned. That's the play I talked about.
Yeah, that's right. They false start, and they have to punt, and you wonder if they make that one, do we have a different result in that scoreboard?
Or what I felt, Francis, was hard count. Let's see if they jump.
Yeah.
Then we have a timeout. They could think about it.
It
takes a lot of guts to go for it on 4th down.
Don't forget
where they were.
Not only did LeRoy jump, which made him punt, Salamanca also dropped the punt and picked it back up
and made
a good
fumble return. Yes,
it was a fumble. So that's really 2 breaks that Salamanca got, and they certainly took advantage of it. But I mean, that fumble on the punt that bounces just 1 centimeter the other way. That's LeRoy's ball, and everything changes. So take advantage of the breaks when you get them, and that's exactly what they did. And I mean, just a storybook ending. We talked about making memories. I mean, these kids, they'll be sitting around,
when they're my age.
Exactly, 140 years from now,
about,
when they're your age.
About that.
And,
130, but don't push it yet.
But no, I mean, they just made memories for the rest of their life, without question.
And for their community.
Yeah.
Something I love about the small town teams is these communities are very tight with the schools and with the school's athletic program. And let's face it, in this area, we're all huge Bills fans, and that's on a national level. How much more fun is it when you see the young guys that you've seen growing up play a game like that?
Well, Paul, we have to add to this. Especially for Salamanca, Jackson Ross's dad, Darren, who was a big member of that community, passed away just a few months ago during the season. They've been that whole community is behind Jackson and his family right now. So that's also been part of it, adding to the season for them.
And Jackson, he can't, there's nothing. He can't take anything negative about Maddox playing the last few minutes. It's just I really just think it was a legs thing. I think Isaac is a little more mobile than Ross, so I think they needed his mobility today, especially with 2 minutes left. I think that's really it. I mean, they're both having great seasons, and they're both going to be plenty of playing time next week.
Well, now you're a sectional champ. You're Far West champ.
Yep.
If you're fortunate in a high school career, you get it once.
Yeah.
You get one of those.
Yeah.
Now you got 2 of them.
Yep.
So, there's nothing lost. Very happy for them. Salamanca is a good representative from Section 6, so we're happy.
And not to look too far in the future, but the touchdown at the end was junior to sophomore. They got some guys coming back next year. This is something to build on. Not that it's over by any stretch of the imagination, but even how far they are today, this is something to build on for the future. No doubt about that.
All right, looking across the other side of the bracket, last update, Waverly is up 42-8 with about 6 minutes to go on the other side of the bracket. That's the 3-4 regional, so it looks like Waverly will take on Salamanca. That game is going to be noon a week from today at Cicero, North Syracuse. You can go there if you're from Salamanca, probably on one of the buses they're going to have, or you can watch it on the NFHS network.
Or both.
Or both.
Yeah, or both, yeah.
Carry us with you.
Yes, absolutely. But hats off, Salamanca. Keep it going. I mean, this is a dream ride. You just beat 2 undefeated teams the last 2 weeks. There's no reason you can't win 2 more games.
All right, that will do it for us for now. We'll be back in maybe about a little less than an hour. 3:30 kickoff for Monroe and Health Sciences, the Class B Far West Regional, our 4th of 5 this weekend.
2-1 Section 6 stuff.
Yeah, 2 for Section 6 for in the first 3. So Section 6 doing pretty well to start out this weekend. But that will do it for us right now. We'll be back in a little bit to preview that game. But for Paul Catrona, Chief, I'm Francis Beck. Congratulations to Salamanca. They move on to the state semifinals.
What does it mean when people say America is a land of opportunity?
It means the power to discover,
To redefine yourself.
To improve yourself.
to challenge yourself.
To realize there's more in you
Than you ever knew.
that you could do.
It means giving people an open field to explore what they do best.
With the best tools,
The best training.
the best technology in the world.
We bring out the best in the people who serve.
So you can be all you can be.
Logistics Plus is a global transportation provider headquartered in Erie, PA, with locations worldwide, including right here in Western New York. Logistics Plus is consistently recognized as a fast-growing transportation and logistics company, great supply chain partner, top freight broker, leading project cargo manager, and a great place to work. With a strong passion for excellence, our 500-plus employees put the plus in logistics.
Or an efficient, personal approach for all of your transportation needs. More information about our Buffalo office is available at logisticsplus.com/Buffalo.